This is all standard practice. It happens in the UK, and we show a mixture of free-range, red tractor approved, organic, grass-fed, and it's all industries that abuse animals, like the meat, egg, dairy and fish industries. This is the reality of it. Because, you know, when you go in the supermarket and, you know, if you buy the cow's milk or the eggs or meat, you don't see what it is that you're actually paying for. So this is like the reality that we're showing, you know. This is how the birds are slaughtered. It's basically a conveyor belt, and that there was an electric water bath. So when the birds' heads make contact with the water, it stuns them. It doesn't always work because sometimes the birds move their heads out of the water or the current isn't strong enough, so it doesn't stun them. And then the next phase is this blade here that will go across the bird's throat. Again, that's not always effective because sometimes the bird's necks won't make full contact with the blade, or it won't cut all the way through, or they'll move. Sometimes they're not stunned, so, you know, they'll be fully conscious when that happens. And then the next stage is a boiling tank. And sometimes, you know, if the bird hasn't been stunned correctly and if their throat hasn't been cut and they're not dead, sometimes they'll be boiled alive.
Why are they cutting the tails off for?
Because the conditions that they're kept in, it's so unnatural and inhumane that they often go insane and they'll try and cannibalise each other and bite each other's tails. So they do that to stop that from happening, basically. That's called knocking. When the piglets are born and they're considered too small or too weak, the farmer can legally kill them by hitting them over the head. That was a gas chamber, which is the most common way that pigs are killed. And it's considered the most humane by the RSPCA. The gas chamber, it will get filled with carbon dioxide and the pigs will basically suffocate in there. They'll struggle, thrash, squeal. Any kind of moisture, like in their eyes or their throat, it will turn acidic. So it's like it burns them, basically. It feels like they're burning from the inside out. And this is another way of doing it, which is stunning them and then stabbing them in the throat or cutting their throat so they bleed out. In order for a cow to produce milk, she has to have a baby. So the farmer is forcibly impregnating her. They put their arm in the cow's anus and then hold her cervix open to insert the semen.
They don't get impregnated by an organ?
No. Yeah, because they will buy the bull semen and then she'll carry her baby for 9 months, just like we do. And then when her baby's born, the farmer will take the baby away so he can sell the milk instead of the baby drinking her milk. Just for a cow, it's very distressing and they'll emotionally suffer and mourn and grieve for the loss of their baby. The mother cow, like us, they're very maternal. Yeah, because that's her baby, you know, and she wants to raise and protect her baby. And these are the male calves here. So because the male cows, they can't produce milk, and they're a different breed to a beef cow, so they often won't grow to be profitable to be sold for their flesh. So they'll just get killed when they're little babies. Yeah, so this is female calves. They'll get taken and they'll get put into these isolation hutches away from their mothers. They'll be crying out for their mothers and their mothers will be crying out for them. Sometimes they can hear each other. And then when they're a year old, like their mothers, they'll be forcibly impregnated. Because they've been selectively bred, you know, they carry 10 times more milk than they naturally would. Being forcibly impregnated and giving birth every year, being milked 2-3 times a day, you know, it takes its toll on her body. After about 5 or 6 years, the dairy cow will not be considered profitable anymore. When we can't make any more money out of her body, then we kill her. When you pay for anything with dairy and, you know, cow's milk.
Well, I don't drink milk at all. I don't drink it.
Do you not have
I don't even eat yogurt.
No. What about dairy chocolate?
I don't eat, no, not really. I eat cheese.
Yeah, cheese is basically just like congealed cow's milk. So this is what happens when you pay for cheese, this is what you're paying for, you know?
Cheese I did not like, no.
You don't eat eggs?
No. They go in there and just get killed straight away.
Yeah, these are the male chicks. They're considered useless, like the male dairy calves. So they just get killed either by being macerated alive like this or by being gassed to death. That's another way they can do it.
Why do they kill the males? What they do is they train them.
Because the females will lay eggs.
I didn't know that baby chicks were like killed like this.
Yeah, because it's just not profitable to raise them and feed them. And these are the females here. So that machine there, it's cutting off the tip of their beak. Where they go, it's so unnatural and inhumane, they'll try and peck each other. So they do that to stop that from happening.
This is where free range eggs.
Yeah, somewhere like this. and it's so crowded because they can legally house 9 birds per square meter, so they lose their feathers because it's so stressful for them. How do you feel when you see animals suffering or being killed?
It's good.
Sorry?
I can't say I feel good.
Do you buy animal products?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, when you buy like pork or you buy any kind of meat from the supermarket, like this is the reality, what you're supporting, what you're paying for, you know? Obviously, you know, you're against it, and you've already stopped eating some animals.
Yeah.
So what would stop you? What would stop you from, you know, taking that last step and then avoiding all animal cruelty?
I don't know at the minute because I'm low on vitamins at the minute. And my doctor said eat some red meat to try and boost it up. So I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Not that I want to eat. I'm just trying to get my levels up.
So what do you think would stop you from aligning your actions with your morals and not paying for something that you're against?
This kind of stuff that
Yeah, seeing it, basically. Do you know the number one benefit of going vegan?
yeah, not all of them.
So for the animals, it's that they won't suffer and be killed because of you, so you won't be responsible. And for you, it's that you won't be a hypocrite because you won't be paying for something that you're against, you know? Do you think you could go vegan?
Maybe not full vegan, vegetarian, I think.
Yeah.
The first step.
Why not fully vegan?
I'm frequently on move. I have to go. I'm in the UK for work, and it's complicated to be fully vegan in a world that's not fully adapted to that yet.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Sorry?
Where do you live normally?
At the moment in Birmingham.
Oh, okay. But do you think you could be vegan in Birmingham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I stayed in one place,
Yeah.
I could be vegan.
But you travel for work? Uh-huh. Everything that we need, like all the vitamins and everything, we can get on a plant-based diet. Yeah. We can eat food that doesn't require anybody to be killed, you know? We can eat plant-based products. So if we can be healthy and happy eating plant-based, then why would we want any animals to suffer, you know? Do you think that you could be vegan too?
To be honest, we are not vegan. So, I mean, we are eating everything.
Yeah.
And now to see this video, it's really horrible.
So what would stop you from taking that last step
I don't know.
and going fully vegan?
I don't know. I think it's just to me to want to do it. I'll have to do more research.
Yeah, like how to get your, because obviously, you know, you've got to do it right, haven't you? You can't just like,
No.
you know, you can be unhealthy as a vegan if you're eating like Doritos every day. Doritos are vegan.
It's interesting because I actually speak to somebody who actually worked on an avatar for 10 years. So I just wondering how it's doing it. I mean, I don't actually eat beef and I don't actually eat rat. In fact, I don't actually eat red meat at all anymore. There's different forms of slaughtering, and I don't think this one actually sees 100% humane. Not that there is actually a humane way to kill an animal.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, what is a humane way?
I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's totally efficient. Take care for the animal, really.
Yeah, but they, you know, like their primary concern is profit. So there's always going to be suffering involved.
7 billion, 270
Yeah.
animals killed every year.
Yeah.
270 billion, eh? 2.7 trillion.
Trillion. Yeah, it's in the trillions with sea animals. They are farmed as well. They have like salmon farms, fish farms. If you were an animal and you were in a slaughterhouse or on a farm, how urgently would you want somebody like yourself to go away and do that research and make that effort? The definition of vegan is actually as like avoiding animal cruelty as far as possible and practicable, because, you know, we acknowledge that living in a non-vegan world, it's not always possible to avoid animal products, you know, especially like, you know, things like medications and things like that. So it's just avoiding it as much as you can, basically, because, you know, in the egg and dairy industry, the animals, they still get killed and they still suffer.
What made you come vegan?
Because I was like you, I was against animal cruelty. But then I realised that I was a hypocrite because I was paying for it.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm against it, so I'm going to stop paying for it. And these animals aren't going to suffer because of me. No. No, they've done nothing to us, have they?
They've just been born and now they're being slaughtered for no reason.
Yeah, and all they want to do is just live.
I think since the farming become industrialised, it's become very well,
Yeah.
that's a big problem.
Do you think it could ever be humane? Because, like, at the end of the day, as good as their life could be made, they're still getting killed.
It probably has been in the past, yeah, but I think those days have been and gone. There's just too many humans to, too many humans to feed, I guess. But you don't really need to have beef.
But do you think, like, if a cow is happy and they're having a good life and enjoying their life, in a way, it's more cruel to kill them because they value their life more?
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
To be honest, we can't see this.
yeah. Well, I'll give you a card because, you know, this only happens because people pay for it. But you don't have to be a part of that. You know, you can drink plant-based milks or you can eat plant-based and then nobody will be suffering or being killed because of you. If you go onto this website here, you can see there's more like resources and more information about it. So yeah, find out where you can get all your nutrients from and everything like that. And then you can not have anything to do with this, basically.